Hey guys, welcome back. This is something different we're going to try. If you guys like it, let me know. But basically, I've ordered every single card that I need to complete my Shining Fates set. And hopefully, Troll and Toad here has delivered the goods. Hopefully, they're in good shape so that I don't have to replace any of these cards. Make sure to not drop knives. It's a little dangerous. So, oftentimes if you have a larger order with Troll, they'll send it in a box, but where the card count wasn't all that high, I think just to save on shipping, they sent it in a bubble mailer. See if I can get this out without showing any information. So here we go. Well, it looks like we got a couple bonus top loaders as well. So it's going to be more of a discussion type video. I'm going to talk about some junk, sleeve up these cards, put them in the binder, and that's pretty much it. So I guess starting out, we can go through what I use for sleeves. These are the KMC Perfect Fits in the red package here, and double sleeving with the, I don't have the outer packaging for this, and I think I tossed it all. But these are KMC hyper mats for the outer sleeve. They come in different colors too, so if you wanted clear or blue or red or whatever else they have. I'm actually running low on these. They seem to be out of stock at the moment, and I wasn't paying attention. So hopefully we'll have enough for at least these. I'll show the binder on screen later, but I decided to go with the lv.x 9 for that. The Ultra Pro ones are awesome as well, like the Pro binders. And in hindsight, those are probably a little bit easier to get a hold of. Where I have an individual binder for each set, it's not fun to track some down when they're back ordered or anything. Especially in this day and age. Especially if you want all the same color, which I do. Some people, it might not bother them any, but I'd prefer to have all the same color. Might be a little bit hard to get this on camera, but maybe we'll put them in order first, and then we'll put them all in the binder at the end of the video. So, you might ask, why are you purchasing Shining Fates right now? And I guess the answer to that is it's super cheap at this point, at least what I would consider super cheap. When some of these baby shinies are like $2, I don't think they can get much cheaper than that. It wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. If you're opening packs and the chase cards are less than the pack price, you're probably doing all right. So I guess I can show how they're sleeved too. I probably was off camera a little bit there, but looking pretty good. And most modern stuff is extremely good from anywhere online, but even Troll. Where some of the older stuff is going to be a lot more hit and miss. We got the Orangaroo. I think he was a little bit more expensive because he's got that primate wisdom ability on him, which kind of put him at a bit of a premium. The playable Orangaroo. Very nice. Orbeetle. Yeah, these were extremely expensive at one point, especially that Suicune there, but he's dropped quite a bit. He was still significantly more expensive than a lot of the others. The other thing that worries me about this set and other sets like this, where I can't even remember how many there are. So it's like SV 122. Some like 122 SV slots. So they're not all baby shinies. But when there's like 100 baby shinies, the sheer amount of packs that you have to open to get them all is absolutely insane. The double sleeving is probably not necessary if you're bindering cards. This is typically what people would do if they're playing the game. with the double sleeve. But that's what we do. Regardless of how expensive the card is, we give it the double sleeve. And it takes a little bit of getting used to, because if you do it, or if you do it wrong or you're not used to it, sometimes when you insert it, it'll blow air into the perfect fit and push it out or not stay in. It's just a little bit of practice required with the Rillaboom VMAX. So I usually just put them in the perfect fit upside down, push them in nice and tight. The thing too is, if it's not a brand new perfect fit, it's not going to fit quite as snug. They kind of stretch a little bit. So I've heard people say that perfect fits will damage your cards. Don't put cards in perfect fits if you're only using the perfect fits, because I mean, if you drop it on a corner or something like that, it's much more likely to get damaged. But you typically, once I have it in, even not this far, if you just like put it flat on the desk, be careful when you do so, and just push across the entire top. And then you can even stick your finger in the back and push him down a little bit to make sure he's in there, because you don't want him sliding out of the perfect fit. Sizzlypede. Yeah, these. I guess this is good preparation for the next shiny set that comes out. So, in terms of modern, I think Hidden Fates and Shining Fates, provided that everything in here is in good shape, all of the shinies are looking good. All the cards that we've seen so far. There's, I think, 2 reverses that I'm missing from the set, like 2 regular reverses from the regular set, or from the main part of the set. And I ordered 2 of each of those, just in case one has scratches on it, but you never know. They might both have scratches on them. Reverses are very finicky like that. These, a lot of the baby shinies, they have silvering along the border, but it's pretty hard to even avoid that. It's just something that you have to live with. It's like your jungle fossil prints, where silvering it's going to be there almost always. And you can fish through many copies and try to find the best one, but personally, I don't know. The little silvering on the border is kind of part of the set and doesn't really bother me. Now, if it was creased or scratched or whatever, I think it just comes down to I don't really care about factory damage as much as actual inflicted damage from the human interaction. I don't even know where I was going with that, but so here we go. We got a prime example of this one on the top. Has quite a few more scratches. Oh, they both have some scratches on there. We might need to find another Dreadnought, which is unfortunate. So that's the thing with the reverses, and that's why I always sleeve them right away. So a Gym Trainer looks good. We're going to be short 1 card, I feel. All right, we're out of sleeves. Oh, I guess we were missing 3 reverses. I lied. And when your sleeves have multiple packaging layers to them, you know they're quality stuff. I've tried the Ultra Pro Perfect Fits, and I don't like them. They feel less consistent. I've heard a few people complain about getting a bad batch of like KMC Perfect Fits, but I personally haven't seen it. Sometimes they're slightly different, but usually never to some drastic extent. Coughing, how's he looking? We got he's pretty good. He does have some scratches on him, but Whether or not they show up is a different story. We might have to just accept our Dreadnought. This is mainly why I think getting reverses earlier is better than later, because if they end up at a shop, if they end up handled, we were missing way more reverses than I thought. And it hasn't been that long. It was surprising. At one point, Troll and Toad was extremely backed up, and it took them a long time to get your stuff even just shipped out, and then the mail was the mail in 2020. We got a regular Rillaboom reverse. Very cool. Those are Snoms. Those are both pretty scratched. Thievels. Alright, Thievels looking pretty good. He has a couple scuffs, but we're gonna take him. We're gonna take him. What else can we talk about? Stuff coming up on the channel. There's more fake graded cards, more fake cards in general that people seem to not realize are in existence. So there'll be some videos on that. Don't want to get into too much detail until it happens. We'll have some Logan updates. Again, I've said this like countless times, but the updates are going to be few and far between at this point. Mostly because everything that's happening at this point in time is very slow moving with actual law enforcement and the legal system. But don't worry, when things happen, which they most certainly will, I will make sure to update you. So cool. I guess the Suicune was expensive enough that he just got his own top loader. The penny sleeve that he's in is a little beat up. Got it like that. He's got a little bit of silvering, but looks pretty good other than that. Slow moving. Yeah, and there's also, I don't know, there's some information that gets into an area that can't really be talked about until a certain point. So there's that. So stay tuned. It'll happen. I promise. Hopefully updates sooner rather than later. But again, in between is going to be much longer than the original videos, which were kind of pumped out. I think those were like once a week or something. What do we got? We got Brilliant Stars coming out extremely soon. I'm very excited to hopefully open a lot of that. I know there's a lot of people that are screaming at me for the crappy openings to start including Brilliant Stars. I think it's an awesome set. I really, really want to pull that the Mimikyu. Would be amazing. Also, to get the Charizards out of the way so I don't have to purchase them later from someone else. Not necessarily my favorite cards, but nice to get the expensive stuff out of the way if you can. And even then, if I was going about it in the most financially smart method, I probably wouldn't be even holding on to a lot of that stuff that'll drop in price. But at that point, we wouldn't be opening packs either. We'd same with like if you were opening Shining Fates a little while back. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you could have purchased them like this. But that's a whole lot less fun. We got Decidueye, which is awesome. He was a thing for a little while because he doesn't take damage from Pokemon V and GX. So it's kind of funny. I don't know if he was probably a little bit more expensive for that reason. I would imagine people have copies in decks and stuff like that. Or Ditto VMAX that we never pulled. But you know what? We got one now. He's looking good. He's looking like some Hubba Bubba. Oh, we also have Pokemon trading card game Live coming out, which is pretty exciting. I don't know if the Canadian test or whatever they're doing is mobile only. If it is, then I'm sure I can figure out a way to put my phone on my computer screen and record. Regardless, I'd definitely like to make a video outlining, I guess, the cost of a deck in the trading card game online versus live. See if they're comparable. If you're starting straight from scratch, I have some bad feelings about live, but you never know. Maybe it'll turn out all right. There's our Dreadnought, our shiny Dreadnought to go with the one that we still need, the reverse that we still need. We get a Ducklet. Gotta like the really awkward colored shinies, like the pink duck. Some don't shine out, or not shine out, stand out quite as much. But then you get stuff like Cursula, which I don't think I've even really seen enough Cursula to know exactly how he's colored. That would be one of those Pokemon that if you were drawing it from memory, it'd be pretty difficult, I think. Unless maybe if you use it in game, or if it's your favorite Pokemon or something. We got the Galarian Farfetch'd with the giant leak. Lanoon. Be interesting to see how the Pokemon Go set is. I feel like it's going to be awkward, kind of like was it the Detective Pikachu realistic Pokemon kind of thing, but I don't know. I played a lot of Go when it first came out. I got at some point got a little bit bored and started cheating. Then I got banned. We got the Galarian Berserker for Blasty. Was it the Ponyta and the Rapidash were also expensive, but I would imagine that's just fan favorite kind of thing. I don't think it was playable, or I've ever even seen anyone try to play it. I guess it's got the Pastel Veil. Pokemon recover from all special conditions and can't be affected by any special conditions. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but this guy's got some bleed. Oh yeah, there it is. We got Shiny Bleed. Very cool. Yeah, I'd say I think the Rapidash was one of the more expensive ones. It wasn't as much as the Suicune, but you know what? Not a big deal. The average price, well, I don't even know what the average price of the baby shinies are, but it's not very high. The average price might even be close to the price of a pack. So, if you could open packs and get a baby shiny every time, and then some of the big shinies are actually very inexpensive too, because I think the pull rates on them are a little bit easier. It'd be interesting to see how these do long term, since yes, it's not that hard to get any baby shiny, but to get any specific one is I think a lot more challenging than people think. And yes, there's a lot printed, but if you get 100 baby shinies, every baby shiny you get is only a 1 in 100 chance of any particular one. So some of them, I mean, the fan favorites are always going to end up demanding a premium, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say. I think it also just looks cool in a binder together. It'll be nice to fill in these slots, and we're gonna have to go back and get some of the reverses, but it looks like all the baby shinies are in great shape. Again, they have that silvering on them, but that's how they come. Dull blades, I would imagine, from the factory. Now we are really going to be out of sleeves. The hyper mats. So hopefully those restock sometime soon. There are some available, but they're from sellers that have them marked way up, and probably because you can't get them anywhere else. Not the end of the world. I can hold off. Our Lapras VMAX, you might recognize that guy from Char Wizard. One of the stolen cards. Now, I can't remember how much he was, but not very expensive. Not very expensive, and certainly not the same price as the stolen copy at the time. More Grim. I don't know if the Lapras ended up getting graded or not. And our Morpeko to finish it off. What am I doing? We're going to need an inner sleeve first here. Inner sleeve, outer sleeve. Maybe we'll check them off as well. Maybe I'll put them in order. We'll come back and I'll check them off and we'll put them in the binder. All right, so I got the reverses entered. Now we'll go through, check off on Pokelector, the shinies, the baby shinies. It is going a little bit slow, so I didn't necessarily want to show the whole thing, but this will give you guys a pretty good idea. If you're doing reverses as well, it's a little bit of a pain, but you have to click into a card, and then you can go down here and click the reverse holo, or if there's variants, so if there's like a non-holo version of something from a theme deck or a pre-release kit, that's where you'd find it. Pretty satisfying to click these off here. Sizzlypede. Now we should be only missing 2 reverses once all is said and done here. Sometimes the site is a little bit slow and you'll get this loading circle forever. We may or may not need to refresh. Suicune. Could be just our Sizzlypede is broken. Let's hit the old refresh here. Sizzlypede. There we go. We got our Inteleon. And then we'll stick them in the binder and call it a video. Provided I didn't miss anything or they didn't forget to ship me anything, we should be in pretty good shape here. And then maybe in the next mail day, we'll order those 2 reverses that I need to finish it off. Would have been nice to be done right now, but with the amount of reverses that we ordered, you're bound to get some with scratches on them. Just the way the system works. It's the thing. There's a lot of people that don't collect reverses or don't bother to take care of them because there isn't a whole lot of value there, especially when they're brand new. So people just stick them in. They don't sleeve them or whatever. And they get scratched up, especially the ones with a lot of foil on them, which is pretty much everything modern. We got our... Wait a minute. Did we not get the charcoal line? Uh-oh. We might be missing more than I thought. Unless we already have those and they're unchecked for some reason. We might be missing a whole lot. All right, so there might be another video. Linoon. I'll have to check too to make sure if I ordered them or not. Because if we did and we're missing them, then we need to reach out to Troll and make sure that we get them. We get the Berserker, Stunfisk. We're going to find out when we get to that section in the binder. Kaparaja. We got a Ducklet. There's so many friggin' baby shinies too that like I don't think I could even... I'd hard time even remembering which ones I ordered. And it wasn't that long ago. We got the Rillaboom VMAX right next to the Charizard that we pulled ourselves, saving some money there. We got the Lapras VMAX, although it would have been probably a good idea to just straight up sell them at the time and buy them back now or at some point. We got the Ditto, so that should fill out the back end of our binder here. All right, let's switch to the card cam. I'm going to be really surprised if I missed that many fighting type baby shinies, but I mean, it's definitely possible. All right, let's get the card cam back. And first we'll go through the main set, which you guys didn't see me check off, but I did. I promise. We got Rillaboom in there next to the Rillaboom. Typically I would, with the older sets, I put the reverse on the backside or the unlimited version on the backside. But where the sets were getting a little bit bigger, it ended up being more practical to go regular than reverse, just to save space in the binder. There's our two water boys that we're missing on this page. We got our coughing up at the top, the reverse coughing. The regular coughing's on the previous page. Which it would be nice if it was somehow laid out. They could all be side by side. But as you see here, sometimes they get staggered so that your ball guy and your reverse ball guy are on separate pages. We got Gym Trainer going over here on the left. We got a Prof Research going over here. Then we got Skyla, who is 72. Another thing with binders, maybe the most frustrating thing, is if you accidentally don't leave a spot where you should have, you have to move everything. So it's important to be a little bit careful with that. See if we can move this over. There we go. Get a sip of coffee. We got our Decidueye. Our Rillaboom. And I don't know. If you guys haven't filled in a binder like this, I suggest you at least try it once. It's pretty satisfying. Guy's a little bit loose. Maybe missing something on the back side. Sure is. That's the thing too. With these binders, usually the cards get held in a lot better when you have something on both sides on the back side of it. On the same page, we got Sizzlypede, Scentiscorch, Mr. Mime. I'm assuming after Mr. Mime, we're going to have our Suicune. Suicune, where are you? Yes. I guess I could just look at the numbers rather than looking at the Poke Collector sheet. We got Inteleon after the Drizzile. Shady Dealings. We got some Mega Glare coming off of Choodle there. Dreadnought shiny. We got Barraskewda. Stick him in there. Very satisfying set once it's all complete, but extremely daunting, especially when it first came out with the crazy amount of baby shinies. And then the pressure of pulling that Charizard. 41, 42, Toxtricity. We've been seeing a lot of him recently, especially with the Fusion Strike. More Peko, 44. Perfect. 46, 47. We got the Galarian Ponyta. We got the Rapidash. And then we got the Cursola down in the bottom. All right. Where are we at here for numbers? 62, 63 is Farfetch'd. 64. Okay, so we have the Roly-Coly. Did we? Maybe my list is wrong. Oh no, I think we forgot the Carkol Colossal and Co. 65, 66, 67. Yeah, so either they forgot to send them to me or we forgot to order them. One or the other. So 76 here, we got the coughing. And we're missing 6 cards. Galarian Linoon. 6 plus the 2 reverses. So if we do another troll order, maybe we have to include those. 84. We got the Morgrim, Grimmsnarl, Galarian Meowth, Galarian Berserker, Stunfisk. I'm going to say that it was probably my mistake. We got 89. Oh, he's like really light to the point that he almost looks like he's a colorless. 91. We got a Ducklet here before the Swanna. Rangaroo, are you going up there? Sure is. Corvisquire. We got Wooloo. We got a Dubwool. Not to be confused with each other. After the Lapras. Wait. Oh no. We had a duplicate Rillaboom. I didn't have it checked off for some reason. I think I actually traded somebody for that. And we didn't check it off. So now we get an extra Rillaboom VMAX. Interesting. We got the Lapras VMAX. Not the end of the world. Grimmsnarl VMAX. And most importantly, we got our Ditto VMAX. Sweet. All right, so we could be closer. Let's see what we have for a count here. If we go to our collection on Pokelector and we check our Shiny Fates, we go to include variants. We're missing 9 cards. So let's take a look at those and then we'll call it. We need the Dreadnought and Snom reverse hollows. Our Sizzlypede still didn't check off, so we actually need 8. Carkol, Colossal, Silicobra, Graplocked, Phalanx, and Stonejourner. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you get this sorted out and finish this binder off. join the Discord.